Hey Grace, I know you're still on your trip, but I want to go ahead and make this video since your birthday is coming up. It's Monday that I'm making this. I don't know if I'll probably publish it on your birthday, but I don't know if you'll see it on your birthday. So happy birthday, and here we go. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is something that you enjoy doing, but that I hate doing. I don't like puzzles. So I went to Walmart and they had 100-piece puzzles. They had a few 250, 500, even one or two 750 pieces. And I was like, I can get something like a 200-piece, 250-piece, and be happy. But I know that the point of these is for you to enjoy me doing something that I hate. So I got a 1,000-piece puzzle. Let me show it to you. I enjoy the artist Thomas Kinkade. No glare. There we go. Thomas Kinkade. It's a painting by him. And he's pretty cool. So I'm gonna spend the next, let's see, 1,000 pieces. I'm gonna spend probably the next 2 or 3 hours doing this, and I'll just do little updates here and there while I'm doing it. Here we go. Here we go. Oh joy. It is in this very moment that I really remember how much I hate puzzles. Okay. I made my first connection. I still have this big pile, but hey, I got one. Like 500 more to go. Woo! This was a mistake. Everything is either a shade of green or the sky. And that's pretty much it. This is, how long has it been? Okay, it's been 15 minutes and I'm still flipping over things. Like, I mean, I haven't even gotten to the hard part of a puzzle, and I'm already just like, I mean, come on. Alright, I'm a few minutes shy of an hour into it. I took about a 15-minute break because I hadn't eaten, so I made a hot pocket. The longest succession I have is right here. You can't see it. It's like 5 pieces. It's 6 pieces, and then I have a few, a few like 2 pieces that that are connected. This sucks. This is so much more than I should have got myself. I should have done the 250 piece. Okay, knowing my skill level, I should have done the preschooler like 15-piece one. Yeah, this might be a like a try and come back to it the next day kind of thing. But I'll try to do as much as I can. But I'm still trying to connect edge pieces. I haven't even touched like the middle. This was a horrible decision. I'm about 2 hours into it, and I don't think I'm any further than I was an hour ago. I'm just trying to get all the edges together. But there's so many edges. Yeah. Oh, my phone's vibrating. I'm gonna try. Of course, I have to try to finish, or I have to try to get to a good stopping point before my dad comes home, because I'm in the middle of the kitchen right now with a bunch of puzzle pieces. So I have to try to get to a stopping point before he gets home. Let's see if I can do it. All of the pieces are now flipped upwards so I can see them, and I've separated all the edge pieces over in this corner. And now we build. I just realized that I could have done this on the table rather than on the floor. It only took me 2 hours to realize that. Oh well. We've reached the end of the third hour now, and while I'm making a little bit of progress, it's not very much. I'm still stuck in a lot of places. I've moved to the table now, but it's not going to be finished for a long time. So I'm gonna take a dinner break, and I'm gonna get some Subway, and then come back. Woo! Alright, so in the middle of this puzzle thing, we're gonna do the second section that I planned on, which is because you're turning 16, we're gonna do a little section about driving. Obviously I should tell you all the main stuff that you know, like buckle your seatbelt, and that you should never take your eyes off of the road, because you might hit little kids in your neighborhood. There's a guy riding. Oh, that's interesting. You got old people staring at me, and they're like, "Why is he holding something?" I probably should wait. No, I shouldn't wait till they get out of the neighborhood for this one. I'm actually gonna. If my mother is watching, I'm filming all this in the neighborhood so that she's not like, "He's on the main roads and he's got an iPad in his hand." Okay, so let's figure out. Okay, there will be people that are idiots, like this guy in front of me. That's the first one. So you gotta know to be observant, even if you're not constantly staring at the road, which you should be. Because there'll be people that'll pull out in front of you, and there'll be people that won't use their blinkers, which really annoys me, even though I don't always use my blinkers. I always use my blinkers if I know there's someone behind me that needs to know that I'm using my blinker. If I'm on a dirt road by myself, or if I'm driving through like the campus at OBU, then I might not use my blinkers. But if there's someone like right behind me, or someone that I'm trying to merge into their lane, then yes, I will use a blinker. Alright, let's see, rule 2. I should probably think about these more. I actually was like, I'm gonna do a thing on driving, and I did not. I didn't plan anything. Don't text while you're driving. That's a big one. Or look at your iPad. Or look at your. Don't look at your. Ooh! Oh no, the sun's in my eyes! Oh no! Alright, hold on. There we go. Okay. Try not to look at anything. Drive slowly if it's raining. Everything that I'm saying is because I had an accident based off of not everything, but like, don't drive 40 miles an hour if it's pouring down raining, even if the speed limit is 40 miles an hour, because if you need to hit your brakes because there's someone who decides to stop in front of you, then you don't always have the time to, because if it's dry and not raining, you're like, oh, okay, brakes, we're good. Rain, skid. Break a guy's trunk and have to pay for it. This is from my last accident, and thank God it was my last one. It was very small, but the lady was a jerk. But the accident itself is you should follow the rules of the road. Don't assume that everyone will, because there's a lady who was in the turn lane to turn right, and she was about halfway. Ooh, it looks like I got like a chin thing. There's a lady who's gonna stare at me. Okay. Okay. Don't, because she was turning, and so I looked left to see if there was still traffic coming, and she stopped. The reason is because there was a pole there, so I had to scoot up a little bit to see if anyone was heading my way, and there wasn't, but she decided to stop. She was so far turned that my right side hit her left side. She was so far off. Anyways, so make sure you know what's going on. Rule number 3 is to don't freak out when things happen. Or a lot of people that I know freak out when a cop passes you just because they're a cop. Don't freak out when there's a cop, or else the cop will think you're doing something stupid. That's pretty plain and simple, but people don't seem to understand that. Like, if you're driving on the road in the middle of your lane, going the speed limit, then you're gonna be fine. Like, I don't know, people think that cops select teenagers, which they might, but just don't be a stupid teenager, and you'll be fine. Try to save your gas. That's a great one, because gas is expensive, and buying gas sucks. So, I don't know if they told you this in driving school or not, but a very easy way to not use a lot of gas is to save some gas, is to not bolt out of intersections. Like, if you're at a red light and it turns green, don't try to, the way my teacher taught it was, don't try to jackrabbit out of there, which was a really weird saying. But don't try to bolt out of there, just let go of your brakes and your car will start to roll forward, and then just kind of use that momentum. Simple things here and there. For me, obviously you try to take the, can I do this? Can I, yeah! This is a rule that my mom tries to tell me, but I don't really listen, but you should listen, is don't blare your radio. She always will get on to me, and it's only because I keep my windows down when I'm in neighborhoods, and so you can kind of hear my music in the neighborhood if you're outside of the house. And she's like, you're not going to be able to hear anything. But, there is truth to that, because if your music's very loud, then you're not going to hear someone honking their horn at you, and then you might hit them. So I think what all of my rules should boil down to is be cautious so that you don't get in a wreck, but don't be so afraid of a wreck that you do something stupid and get in a wreck. That's probably the best advice I can give. And that's something I should tell your sister too, because Greer freaks out all the time if she gets anywhere close to the driver's seat about freaking out. And you shouldn't freak out, because driving is a great experience, and it's something that you should enjoy for at least 3 or 4 years until you're like 20 or 21, and then you don't really enjoy it as much. But it's nice because you don't have to rely on anyone. So I still enjoy that aspect. But just driving to drive is only for the first few years. So enjoy it while you can. I will eat a sandwich, and then I'll go back to that puzzle. Oh, by the way, singing loudly to music and dancing is always a beautiful... the lighting gives me a great double chin in this shot. But singing... you can't even see my face. Singing is always a beautiful thing while driving. Drumming while in the car, I've experienced, is a great thing if you can do it well and not be distracted so much by your love of music that you want to let go of the wheel. Don't let go of the wheel. Wait, can I? Fixed it. So you can tap on the steering wheel. Dancing is a great thing. As long as you're still kind of looking at the road, you can do little things. My grandma, she used to do this thing where she would just do little finger dances. I think that was her. I hope that wasn't a made up story that I just did. But I think I remember my mom saying that's how my grandma would dance in the car. We got some fire trucks coming over here. I don't know why there's a fire, but I probably should put my iPad down. I thought that woman's shirt said OBU because it was the green, but it said NSU, so that was wrong. But yeah, so while being cautious of the road and people and drivers and all the other stuff, remember that driving is, while it's meant to get you from point A to point B, driving is fun. You know, you can make it really dull and boring. I said bold. You can make it that and just think, I'm driving, and the hands are here, 10 and 2, and or, you know, you can have fun with it. So, those are my tips. I always keep going to this voice today. But those are my tips. They're really crappy tips. They're tips I'm making up on the spot in my head. And, ooh, this lighting is so much better. So much better for me. Escalade, get out of my way. Oh, and lighting's gone. Well, now I will. Oh, did you know that Subway sandwiches, how they say $5 foot long, but they get you to where it's like double the price, because it's $5 for like some stuff, but I got this thing I'd never heard of. It was Chipotle chicken, which is just chicken with Chipotle sauce on it. I should have known. I don't know what I expected. And I need to get my car fixed because the shocks and all that kind of stuff is horrible. It's been broken since I went to your guys' house, like a month ago-ish, month and a half. Oh yeah, it's almost the end of July, like a month and a half ago. It's been broken, and we just haven't gotten stuff fixed. So fix your car. When your car's broken, just fix it. But yeah, my Subway was like $10, which is annoying, because it's, okay, like $6 for the sandwich, and then you can either get chips and a drink, or you can get a drink and 2 cookies. So obviously, you know, I'm gonna get me some cookies. I got the raspberry cheesecake, which was, well, I mean, they're delicious. I hope they're still delicious when I eat them later. And the drink, which I'm assuming the drink's like $2, which, I mean, I guess that's fair. Well, that's the... Ah! I forgot I left that stupid slider open. I just hit myself in the face. But yeah, it's like $9.80 something was my total. Just thought I'd rant about that, because I was wanting food to be less expensive. Because I was like, oh, I only want to spend like $6 or $7. So I'll go to Subway, because, you know, rather than going somewhere and spending like 9 or 10, which no fast food place is like 9 or 10. It's usually like 7 at the most. I'm not even getting healthy, because I got cheese, and I got Chipotle and ranch, and I mean, it's not a healthy sandwich by any means at this point, and it's a foot long. I mean, at this point, it's just like I'm beating a Big Mac. Like, that's what I didn't get a Big Mac, is my accomplishments with this Subway trip. But the people there were nice, and people were asking questions in line, and I knew the answers, because it's right there. They have everything listed. The guy was like, hey, is there this thing with apples in it? You mean the chicken Cobb sandwich that's like its own panel? Yes, sir, that's what it is. I was like, man, I should work here. She's like, well, we have spots open. I didn't want to say what I was thinking, because what I was thinking, hello neighbor that I don't know, what I was thinking was, well, I'm a waiter. I get paid, hopefully, you know, if I do a good day, I get paid more than minimum wage. So I don't want to work at Subway, even though it's not, I mean, not that it's saying Subway's less work, because there's times I am not doing much at my work. But you're on a fixed, I don't like fixed pay. Because whether you're busy or slow, you're just doing, you get the same. So I'll just stick to being a waiter. 6 minutes? Yeah. Alright, time to eat, finally. Well, I ate like 3 hours ago. But that was for lunch, because I hadn't eaten for lunch. And this is for dinner. Ooh, shadows. Shadows in my eye. Alright, so I got a new puzzle, because this one has all that left. And I'll show it. I wonder what it could be. Let me finish it. It might take some time. Alright, so I finished the puzzle. Let's see what it says. Oh, it says, I hate puzzles. Look at that, we're done with puzzles. Alright, so this last part that we're going to do is, I'm going to build, because luckily they come with instructions, so it's not going to take me super long. But I know that you used to, and apparently you still do, play with Legos. So I went to the store to figure out what I could get, and I got some SpongeBob Legos. Yay! So I'm gonna build them. Legos are so much better than puzzles because in like 5 minutes, I've made a little thing. It's an ice cream stand, and while it's not much, I'm actually having fun because I'm completing something rather than spending 3 hours and getting nowhere. I'm more of a structured person. I'm not made for puzzles. While it's structured, it's like chaos, and then structured once you figure it out. But this is like you do this, and then this, and then you go, and then and then you're having fun while you're doing it. I like instructions. I think the reason that I like structured things is for the same reason that I like like Legos that have instructions like this, is because it's for the same reason that I like math. And I like math because there's always an answer, and there's always pretty much always a formula. And if you know the formula, then you know the answer. Boom, boom. And then for this, if you know, I mean, obviously I have to look at it, but if you know the instructions, then you know how to build it. And then there's obviously just Legos and having imagination, but specifically talking about building a specific thing. And then there's puzzles, and it's just like, start with the edges, maybe, or just kind of start putting things that look together. Yeah, just go for it. And I'm not much of a just go for it. Just like when it comes to like trying to do something. I mean, sometimes obviously it's just you can't. You have to just try and figure it out as you go along in life. But sometimes, at least for me, it just structured is nice. Yeah. All right, I've finished making things. Let's see if I can do this. No. Okay. I'll show you this one first since it's what my camera wants to do. Okay. Here's a little carousel. Apparently it doesn't like to turn with Sandy. She's going to fall on SpongeBob. And he's just going to have a fun ride all by himself. Look, he's having fun. Look at that smile. And she even gets her own little head thing. Then we got little Patrick over here, who's enjoying his... It looks like a blender, but it's an ice cream. Okay, when I first saw this, actually, so he has like all these things, and I was like, it looks like he just is walking away from a murder, and is totally cool about it. I don't know why that was my first thought, but yeah. And then I was like, oh, it's an ice cream parlor shop, so obviously he's just eating ice cream. Or maybe I'm not even gonna finish that statement, because, well, it's just SpongeBob. So yeah, and see, it took me like 15-20 minutes of enjoying my time making these things, compared to 3 hours of hating the world. And that's why I don't make puzzles. Hey Grace, well, this has become a very long video, I think. I don't really know how long it is, but it seems like it's gone on for a long time, and not much has happened. But I hope that you have enjoyed watching it, and I hope that you are having a lovely birthday on the road with your family. I hope you guys make it home safe whenever you start heading home, and that you don't try to kill each other, because you've been 10 feet away from each other for about 2 weeks now. That's pretty much all I got. It is the end of the day, and I was really trying to do that puzzle. Oh no, I should have gone for that 250 piece, maybe. Just 1,000 is way too high for me. It's above my pay grade. But I hope you've had a happy birthday, and I don't know if I've said it yet in this video, so happy birthday, Grace. Bye!